So in this video we are going to learn the inverse Z transform using long division method, or we can call it as power series expansion method. So basically in this method they will ask you this kind of problem which I have written over here, x of z. We need to find out the inverse of Z transform. You that means you have to find out x of n. Simple. Okay. So here we are going to use the long division method, or we can call it as power series expansion method. Basically you have to do the division. So in this type of question they will give you two conditions. Okay, either of one. So the first condition is basically mod z is greater than 1. Second condition is mod z is less than 1. Okay, so mod z greater than 1 means if I consider the z plane, here 1 is there, here minus 1 is there, here also 1 is there, here minus 1 is there. So minus 1 you can consider, since it is what, mod z, modulus function. Modulus function means if it is negative it will become positive, so minus 1 means it is plus 1 only. So if I join, this is nothing but one unit circle. We call it as what, unit circle. Unit circle means the value, the radius is 1, that's it. Okay, so mod z greater than 1 means outside this unit circle. Okay, outside this unit circle, so we can call it as, or we can say it as exterior. Okay, exterior of unit circle. And mod z greater than 1 is also call it as, we can call it as causal function or the system, causal system. Okay, this is very important, causal system. So exterior of the unit circle and causal system. Talking about mod, this is mod z greater than 1. Let us go for mod z less than 1, where we have the unit circle. So less than 1 means inside part. Okay, so this will call it as interior of the unit circle and anti-causal system. This is important. Okay, anti-causal system. So mod z greater than 1 is causal system, mod z less than 1 is anti-causal system. Now they might give you both of this to solve, or any one of the conditions they will give. Okay, so in this question we are going for mod z greater than 1, which means we are going for the causal system. Okay, that is the question given. So let us try to understand what we are going to do, how we are going to do the division part. So for the causal system we can do it in two ways. The first way is that making the powers positive. Second way, making the powers negative. Okay, so causal system means mod z greater than 1. Okay, for that case I am telling. So here positive powers, what is the meaning of positive powers? That is basically so positive powers basically indicates to which variable. It is nothing but z variable. That means I'm talking about this variables z. Okay, z variables. So here positive power means z power 0, z power 1, z power 2 and so on. Negative power means z power 0 is included in both, and z power minus 1, z power minus 2, z power minus 3 and so on. This is negative powers. Now in the question they might give you negative powers. As you can see in this question it is given in negative powers, z power minus 1, z power minus 2, like that they have given. Okay, positive powers they can give in z power positive values 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's, we in this video will be going with what, positive powers. So it is easy. So you might have studied the division part of x bar, polynomials division and all. Okay, so the same thing you can apply here if you're going with positive powers. So that's why we'll go with positive powers. So the answer will be exactly same. Okay, so I'll tell you how to do and all. So positive powers, in this question it is given in negative powers. And one more thing, for causal system positive powers, the powers can be ascending or descending, right? Ascending order or descending order. But for the causal system, if it is positive powers, then it should be descending. Descending in the sense z power 2, z power 1, z power 0, like that, from higher value to lower value. it should be denoted like this for causal system positive powers. Remember this, I am not talking about anti-causal. For negative powers, if it is negative powers as it is given in the question, then it should be ascending powers. Ascending powers in the sense z power 0, z power minus 1, z power minus 2. Okay, 0, minus 1, minus 2. You might be thinking what is happening here. So basically, if you see number line, there is a 0 value. Here negative powers minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Here plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So here I have said ascending powers. Okay, so ascending from 0 to these values, it is going this direction. Okay, descending in the sense, okay, like this you can remember. Okay, the same direction, 3 2 1 0 for positive, 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 for what, negative. Like this you can remember. Now what about anti-causal? Anti-causal will be opposite of this. So let me just quickly tell you that also. So let us consider the anti-causal system. Now you will be having some confusion what is this ascending and all. We'll get to know when we'll solve the problem. So just wait for 2 to 3 minutes. So here anti-causal system, we have again two things, positive powers and negative powers. So here positive powers, we have to keep it as what, ascending, because here it was descending, here it will be ascending. That means opposite of this, z power 0, z power 1, z power 2, like that. Okay, here negative, here we have to keep it as descending, so it will be z power minus 2, z power minus 1, z power 0, opposite of this. Okay, that's it. Here if you want you can remember like this. Here 0 is that 1 2 3, here minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. So basically the direction is like this. Okay, this is the way you can remember for anti-causal and causal. So I hope you understood what we are doing here. So just note it down. So we'll go for the problem directly. Here you can see that is x of z is given. So we are going with positive powers as I said before also. So we have to convert it into positive powers. Here you can see 3 does not have any z variable. That basically indicates that you can write it as z power 0. 1 also doesn't have, so you can write it as z power 0 here also. Okay, for the convenience, okay, to understand. So x of z is equal to, I will convert this into positive powers. You can directly convert if you have practice. I'll just go step by step. So I can write it as 3. Okay, z power 0 anyways, if you want you can write, otherwise leave. Okay, plus 2 z power 1 minus 1. What is the meaning of z power minus 1? I can write it as 1 by z power 1 or 1 by z. Z power 1 is z only. Okay, so 2 by z, 2 is there, that's why. Okay, so 2 by z power 1 plus here z power minus 2, so I can write it as 1 by z power 2. Correct, z power minus 2 is 1 by z power 2. Negative powers into positive powers, just take the reciprocal, that's it. So here next 1 is there, minus 3 by z power 1 plus 2 by z power 2. Simple, the denominator part. So we have to simplify this one. So I can just take the LCM here. Numerator, if you see the LCM is z power 1 is there, z power minus 2, oh sorry, is 2 is there. That means LCM will be z power 2. So it will become, so multiply here you can put if you want 1 denominator. Okay, so multiply here z power 2, here z power 1, here nothing, here also denominator if you see it's the same thing, LCM is same. Here you multiply z power 1, here you multiply z power 2, taking LCM, that's it. Okay, so 3z power 2 plus 2z plus 1 divided by z square, then denominator part z square, if you want you can write 1 minus 3z plus 2 whole thing divided by z square. Now here z square get cancelled, so what is the remaining thing? It is 3z square plus 2z power 1 plus 1 divided by z square minus 3z power 1 plus 2. Okay, so this is the answer we are getting. We have just converted into positive powers. Here you can see all the powers are positive. Okay, now let us take this one and solve the problem. Before that, as I said before, the powers, positive powers, the powers should be in descending order for causal system. Z power mod z greater than 1. For that we should have descending powers. What is the descending powers? Z power 2, z power 3, z power 2, z power 1, z power 0, that order. So if you see here, if you observe carefully, here the power you can see, the first term power is 2, z power 2. Second term power is z power 1. Last term power you can write it as z power 0, because nothing is there, you can just note it down. Okay, next, the denominator, if you see, first term z power 2, z power 1, second term, last term z power 0. So that means it is in the order 2 1 0, descending order, right? So it is already in descending order. If it is not in descending order, just rearrange means just put this one like this, plus 3z square like this, if it is suppose if you want to convert into ascending order, for example, so you can put it as, just reverse this thing, 2z power 1 plus 3z power z square by 2z power 0 plus minus 3z power 1 plus z square, like that. Okay, for ascending order. But what we want here, we want here descending order only, so we have to take this part only, this thing. Okay, okay, so fine here. So let us go for the division part. See, we have converted into positive powers as well as we have kept it in descending order. So our condition, all the things are done, we can go for division. So division, as you know, so denominator part will come outside. Okay, so that means if you draw this one, okay, so denominator part is this one, so I have to keep it outside. Z power 2 minus 3z power 1 plus 2z power 0, you can write it as 2 only. Inside what will be there? The upper part, numerator part. So 3z power 2 plus 2z power 1 plus 1. Okay, okay, fine. So here the first term, observe here, first term of the outside part and first term of the inside part, the whole part. Okay, observe carefully. So z square into some value should give me this answer, correct? It is the division. I hope you know how to do division. So I'll just tell you that z square is the outside part into something should give me the inside part first term. This is what I should get, right? So I need to find out this. Okay, so z square into 3 will give me 3z square, right? So I can put it here 3, it will give me 3z square, right? So I should see only the first term. Then what about other terms? Other terms you have to multiply, right? So this term into 3, 2 into 3. So minus 3z into 3, it will be minus 9z power 1. Then 2 into 3, it is 6. And one more thing, remember, you have to keep whatever you are writing, it should match. Like terms only should come together. Okay, constant means constant, z power 1 means z power 1, like that. Now after this, what you have to do? You have to change the sign. Here 3z square is positive sign, so I'll change it to negative. Here it is minus, I can change it to positive. Here it is plus, I can change it to negative. Okay, so 3z square minus 3z square get cancelled. This is our intention, right? That's why we are doing this part. Okay, so this part is 0. Next, 2z power 1 plus, no, here the mistake will come. Here, see here, 2z power 1, don't write minus plus 9z power 1. This is the wrong thing, because here if you see, it will be 2z power 1 plus into minus is minus only. So you will write the answer as minus 7z power 1. That is the wrong thing. When I said sign change, it basically means you have to completely change the sign. Here it was negative, so we have made it to positive. So here it will be positive only. Only one sign will come. Okay. So it is therefore what? So 2z power 1 plus 9, it is 11z power 1. So here you should write 11z power 1. This is the small things you should remember. Next, here 1 minus 6, not plus minus, minus 6. 1 minus 6 is what? Minus 5, right? Now next again you have to see first term of outside part and first term of inside part. So here z square into what will give me 11z power 1? This is a question. Now I should have 11 because it is a constant term. Now z square I have to convert into z power 1 degree less. So I should put here as by z, right? Because z square into 11 by z will be 1 z cancel, it will be 11z. Okay, so 11 by z I should put it over here. So plus 11 by z, that will be my quotient. So here it will come 11 z power 1. Now what about other terms? You have to multiply. So minus 3z into 11 by z, it is minus 33. Then 2 into 11 by z, it is 22 by z. Okay, so now I have to change the sign. Minus plus, here minus. Okay, so this get cancelled. Minus 5 plus 33, it is 28 plus 28. Here it is minus, or if you want you can put here 0 also. Okay, so 0 minus this thing, it is minus 22 by z. Okay, next again first part of this thing outside part, then first part of inside part. So z square into what will give me 28? This is a question, right? So z square into 28 should be there. Z square, here I want z power 0, power should be 0, right? So I have to divide it with z power 2 only. So z square into 28 by z square will give me 28. So I have to put it here 28 by z square. So here you can observe one pattern, right? First it was 3, then it is becoming 11 by z, then it is becoming 28 by z square. Next term will have some constant divided by z cube, right? This is the pattern you can observe. So I can put it here 28. So z square into this will give me 28. Next this I have to multiply. So minus 3 and 3z into this thing will give me minus 84 by z. Next 2 into this one, that will be 56 by z power 2. Again sign change, negative, positive, negative, cancel out. Minus 22 by z plus 84 by z, so it will be 62 by z. Here if you want you can put 0. So 0 minus this thing, it will be minus 56 by z square. Now next part, first part of outside, first part of inside. Okay, so z square into what will give me 62 by z, right? This is a question. So 62 should be there, divided by z cube I should bring, because z square into 62 by z cube, z square and 2, this thing get cancelled, so 1 z is remaining, so I'll get 62 by z. So it is nothing but 62 by z power 3. See, as I said before, the pattern is the same. Pattern you can observe, right? So here I can write it as 62 by z negative. Oh, other terms also you should write. So minus 3z into 62 by this thing you have to do, and 2 into this thing you have to do. Okay, so it will be minus 186 by z power 2 plus 124 by z cube. Sign change, plus minus, and put here 0. Here it is 0, cancel out. Minus 56 by z square plus 186 by this thing, it will be 130 by z power 2 minus 124 by z power 3. Okay, now the last term. So how many terms, still how many terms you can do? At least you can do 4, at least 4 you can do minimum, or 5 also you can include. Okay, 4 5 terms you can include. So next term will be it is nothing but next term. See, observe here, 130 by z square, and here we have z square, right? So z square into what will give me 130 by z square. So it is nothing but z square into 130 by z power 4, because 2z cancel, so z square is remaining, right? So here it will come 130 by z power 4. Okay, if you want you can write conclude this part. Okay, you can write the values, otherwise you can leave it. Anyways, you have got all the 5 terms. Quotient, you can see, observe that you have got here 5 terms. So if you see here, let us find out the last step. Go for the last step. Inverse z transform of x of z, that is nothing but for this part we are finding out, is equal to what? X of n, right? So we have one formula for that, x of z, that is nothing but summation of n equal to 0 to till infinity x of n z power minus n. So why I am writing this? It is nothing but to understand, make you understand that from this you can directly get the values. So here if you observe, this is what the quotient we got, right? This is a 5 terms we got. So here if I try to write here, that is z 3z power 0 plus 11 by z. By z I can write it as z power minus 1 plus 28 by z square I can write it as 28 z power minus 2 plus 62 by z cube I can write it as 62 z power minus 3. Okay, plus 130 by z power 4 I can write it as z power minus 4. Why am I writing in negative this thing? Because if you observe here, it is having negative z power minus n. So I want to compare this with that. Okay, you can directly write the values, but I am just making you understand by using formula what I am doing, what I am going to achieve. So x of n, I want x of n, right? X of n I want. The first term of x of n, what is that? X of 0, right? So I want x of 0. X of 0 means x of 0, n value should be 0. So that means x of 0 z power minus 0. Minus 0, anyways it is 0 only. So z power 0 coefficient. So z power 0 is here. Coefficient of that is x of 0, right? So that is 3. So first value will be 3. Next, I want now x of 1. That means n value is what? 1. So x of 1 into z power, in place of n I should put 1. So minus is already there, I will put 1. So it is coefficient of z power minus 1 will be x of 1. So z power minus 1 is here, coefficient of that is 11, so it will be x of 1. Next, I want x of 2. Again the same thing, n equal to 2. So x of 2 into z power minus 2. Observe this formula. Okay, so x z power minus 2 coefficient 28. Like this you can write other terms 62 and 130. Okay, so on. The first term is basically, it is starting from here, x of 0, then x of 1. The starting will be here, this part. 3 will be the starting. You can put arrow and show. Okay, this is arrow indicating that it is x of 0. starting at 0. Always it should start at 0. Okay. So what is my final answer? Final answer is nothing but this one. We have got the values. Always remember x of n will be some constant values. Okay.